What's going on, YouTube world? Austin Lewis here, coming to you guys live with another YouTube video. Bryson's in the back right there. He's gonna get a boomerang for me so I can throw it up on my Instagram. We got the man, the myth, the legend, Maurice here, guys. Again, if you haven't already, make sure and give this video a thumbs up. And obviously, go subscribe to Jaboy. We are growing every single day. I do not upload as many times as I should be, and that is my fault. So I come to you guys. I want to give you guys some more content. You guys are obviously super amazing. You guys have shared with me on Instagram a lot of videos that you guys would see. And you guys are going to see this video first, probably, but you guys are going to see other videos obviously getting live ATM negotiations and contracts. I'm actually going to be going later today with Bryson to go ahead and get that filmed for you guys, as well as, how I actually lock down locations, how I get locations, because for most of you, that seems to be an issue for you guys. So this video is going to be with Maurice. Maurice is actually, he first got involved with ATM Mastery. For those of you that don't know what ATM Mastery is, it is our course. Offers 75 plus videos of content, a little over 8 hours of content, walking you through A to Z of the ATM business. Maurice got started in ATM Mastery what?
I want to say a month ago.
Okay, a month ago, reached out to us and said, hey, because obviously we have support, and he says, I want to do more one-on-one. So he then got access to our one-on-one workshop. Our one-on-one workshop is a 45-day program that just helps individuals actually land locations, actually get into the business. Our course is more for like the do-it-yourself, and the one-on-one workshop that we do is more do it, get it done for you, and do it with us method. So I have Maurice here, guys. He just ordered his first ATM this week, this weekend for the Conor McGregor fights. He's actually going to be installing his ATM inside of a barbershop. We talked about the barbershop. It's going to be a $4 surcharge fee that he's going to make 100% profit on. So Maurice actually was like, Austin, dude, let's shoot a video, man. Unwillingly, obviously, I actually forced him. He's gonna ask me some questions. Honestly, I have no idea what his questions are, but he's gonna ask me questions that he is curious about inside our ATM business, our ATM company, and I'm going to hopefully elaborate for you, those of you that are curious. So if you guys are curious, you guys want to go see Maurice, his links will be in the description down below on Instagram. Go give him a follow. He is just starting this ATM business. We are just starting to murder it, and I'm excited, man. So, Maurice.
Thank you very much, Austin, for having me here. It's a pleasure, man. So
yes,
I'm sure there's a lot of questions out there, and I think, me asking you, I'm asking the world for you. All right. So number one, what is your goal in the ATM business, Austin? What's your ultimate goal?
Yep, I like that, man. So that's a tough one, but it's my short term or like my big vision.
Let's do both. Let's start off first your short-term goals, and then your long-term goals.
Okay, I like it. So, I love that question, by the way. And that's not a question I think is asked very often, especially to us. It's usually reciprocated the other way. It's what are your goals? Which obviously is something we can definitely talk about. But, my goal or our goal for our ATM company right now is, one, and again, I'll share a long vision and it will kind of make a little bit more sense. Short term, it's 1,000 ATMs personally.
Okay.
We have right around 100. We are our own ISO, and for those of you that might not know what our own ISO is, it just means we do our own processing. So we make,
which is a huge benefit, right?
Yes and no. It is a huge benefit if you know what you're doing and you have the team to support you. It is a huge benefit if you have enough machines. It is a huge benefit if you have the bandwidth to be able to do it, because again, it's a lot of paper. You see it, my operation, it's a lot of paperwork.
Yes, it is.
There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that people don't really realize when they become their own ISO, but you make interchange, and interchange, we work with a partner bank, and it costs us X amount, and interchange, you can make some extra money on just the $3 transaction fee. I don't just make the $3 transaction fee, I make extra cents on top of that by earning interchange, and then obviously processing fees and things like that. To majority of our I gotta be careful with what I say, but to majority, everything's negotiable in the ATM business, right? Sometimes for just people letting us help them, we take 25% of the surcharge.
Sure.
And that's us helping them get locations, helping them do that. And so me not owning the machine, obviously we charge you 10 cents a transaction because it costs us money to do processing. But my current goal, honestly, is 1,000 ATMs personally in our portfolio. And I'll kind of share with you guys my bigger goal in that, because 1,000 machines, we're at 100 right now, and then we want to process 3,000 machines. That's going to be this year. So process 3,000 machines.
Big goals.
Big goals, right? So your machine we're going to process, right? And we're going to have that in our back office, and we're going to be able to do the processing for 3,000 individuals. So in our entire network of ATMs, we're going to have about 4,000 ATMs that we do processing for. That's my short-term goal for just like our personal portfolio. Our next goal is to have over 1,000 toppers. One goal I think people don't really realize is the amount of money that you can make with ATM toppers. If you have 100 ATMs and you have 100 toppers on top of those ATMs, do 100 ATMs, do 100 toppers times $50. Do 100 toppers by $100. Do 100 toppers by $150. That's the average between the toppers that add into our personal portfolio, and half the ad spend is being spent right now on those computer screens. So once the full ad spend is done, you're gonna make a minimum of $150 to $300 a month.
So, and that's something that us and the viewers that are out there, we could potentially own as well.
100%.
And that's something that we could scale that to a larger amount. Okay, so
100%. So let me talk about the bigger goal. The larger goal is for us to acquire as many contracts as possible. Our within 3 to 4 years, we're gonna have 15,000 ATMs that we're gonna process for. And how we do that is just through social media, through our network, through our brands and things like that. And we're gonna process 15,000 ATMs. Personally, we probably will still only have about 1,000. I don't see us growing much more than 1,000 ATMs personally. Maybe one off every now and then, but 14,000 of that is going to come from just doing processing from regular individuals. People that come into our ATM Master course, people that come into our workshop, people that just come to us through YouTube or Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or any kind of that, right? And if you guys are curious and you guys have questions, make sure and email me below. You can actually reach out to my assistant. She'll answer all of the emails. Again, the email will be in the description below for anything. If you guys need to order ATMs, if you guys want to order toppers, if you guys just have questions, whatever it is, if you guys want to schedule a call to hop on the phone with me, go ahead and schedule that below. Shoot us an email and we'll definitely do that. And then my big goal is to have 1,000 individuals running a multiple 5-figure a year ATM business. So that's kind of like my bigger goal. Eventually I'm going to sell my company. Once we hit 15,000, I'm going to sell it, and I'm going to move up to like that next level of ATM company.
So next level meaning owning banks. Is that right?
Very dang near, right?
Dang near.
But more so owning data and owning like a service. Like for example, I would love to be Cardtronics and buy out CDS. CDS is a platform where hundreds of thousands of people utilize. I utilize it, you utilize it.
Correct.
I would love to be that person that owns that company, that ATM companies come to me. And again, that's not going to happen unless I have phenomenal individuals like you or like you guys that obviously we take under our wing and help other people get to where we're at. I mean,
so let's help crazy. Austin get over there.
Exactly.
Right? 15,000
just
ATM owners.
Just imagine if I just had 100. Let's just say I had 150 people do exactly what I've done. That'd be my goal right now.
Absolutely.
And that's a very doable, that's a very simple process. We did it in under 1.5 years. And so I know obviously the viewers and you and I know anybody that gets into the business, regardless of the money, can definitely do that. So
that's great. Well, thank you for that question.
Yes, sir.
Second question that I feel that myself and viewers would want to know is, Austin, how much money do you make per month on your ATMs that you own personally, or you and Austin own personally?
Yeah,
per month.
100%. So that's a really good question. It's honestly a hard answer, and here's the reason it's a hard answer is because, for those of you that know, I make money inside the ATM business by multiple different ways. First way is just the surcharge, right? I make money just by my ATMs doing the surcharge. I make money with our toppers, which every single ATM that we have, about 95% of them have toppers on top of them. The only reason we don't have a topper on top of them is because of the Wi-Fi. We want the ATMs to be hardwired in order to utilize the toppers.
Sure.
Some of our machines are not hardwired. And so we use a Wi-Fi box, and a topper can't work if it's not on if it's on a Wi-Fi box, because the topper uses so much data, uses so much Wi-Fi. So, obviously I got the ATM surcharge, I got the actual toppers. We wholesale contracts, so I've built a sales team that actually goes out there and gets contracts, and I literally just pay this guy X amount of dollars for the contract that he dictates off of a 5 questionnaire. Is it cash only? What's the location? What's the surcharge going to be? How many foot traffic and how many employees a week? He kind of bases off of that. He says, Austin, here's a contract. I'm gonna sell it to you for $300 or $500 or $1,000, and then I take that contract and resell it to people inside of our organization. Obviously, depending on the person, sometimes I make money, sometimes I don't. On the people that I personally sell, obviously, usually I don't make money. On top of if our sales team is selling it, then absolutely we make money.
Sure.
And then I also make money by flipping our accounts. That's something that I've just perfected. That's how we got so far into our business,
Right.
is finding a location, getting a location, putting an ATM inside the location, getting it to $200, $300, $400, $500 a month, getting a topper on top of that. Somebody closes a deal. Getting a topper on top of that, and then taking that, timesing it by 24 months or 36 months, finding somebody that wants to get into the ATM business, and then selling that for a lump sum of money. And again, every month is just completely different. To give you guys just an average, our average ATM makes about $400 a month.
Okay.
That's not including the toppers.
Yeah.
That's not including the toppers. But something I also want to share with people is I have 3 particular ATM machines that make us about 120 grand a year. So about $10,000 a month between 3 machines. And I have, multiples of those. So, how much do I make a year with the ATM business? It's a hard
lot.
question.
Let's just say a lot.
Decent. But more so, what I'm super focused on nowadays is how many people can I help make more money inside the ATM business. Just because the stories, I no longer do the ATM business for money. I wake up every single day and everything's free. Minus Bryson, but everything is free for me. Our office is free, my rent is free, my cars are free. My most of my employees are free. Again, Bryson's not free. Systems, processes, and everything else is free for me because of our ATM business.
Sure.
And everything else I make in the entire world is pure profit. But yeah, I'll just let people's minds wander. A couple weeks ago, we did a $300,000 transaction.
Nice.
Just by selling an X amount of accounts.
Sure.
And people are like, Austin, why would you sell accounts? We just sold an account for 30, 40 grand.
Mm-hmm.
It was making $500 to $1,000 a month. People are like, why wouldn't you keep that account? The reason I wouldn't keep that account is because now I can take 30 to 40 grand and reinvest that into more ATMs.
Yes, exactly.
Because I know I'll go find more accounts. People are just so close-minded. They're like, there's such a shortage in accounts that are worth $500 a month. First of all, if you get an ATM that makes you $200 a month, quit complaining, because $200 a month is $200 a month.
That's great.
That's better than any other investment probably somebody's ever made.
Absolutely.
One, but two, I just like this speed is velocity. You know what I mean? And the more ATMs that I have, the more I can pour back into my business, because I'm not happy with the $500 a month. I'm not happy with the $500 a month, but I know that I have a network of people that want to get into that business to make the $500 to $1,000 a month. Because some lucky person, mind you have it, is actually going to be the one that is getting that $500 to $1,000 a month. Again, that's not my goal. It's not to make $500,000 a month, $500 to $1,000 a month. My goal is to acquire 1,000 ATMs.
Yeah.
Once I get to 1,000 ATMs, and then absolutely I'm gonna keep my $500 or $1,000 a month accounts. Why wouldn't I? You know what I'm saying? So, hard question, but kind of think about it.
Yeah.
Do the math.
You got to be curious now.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
And
So
right now we process for about 350 ATMs as well.
So about 650 more to go
Yeah.
until you get to your 1,000 goal. Okay.
Yeah.
And for myself and for others who are watching this, you're talking about flipping accounts and selling accounts. Is that something you recommend your students
Mm-hmm.
to do in the beginning, or when they get into this, or trying to multiply their accounts to grow? Is that something that they can do?
Yeah. Honestly, that's a hard question. And the reason it's a hard question is because it's going to be different between each person. Like the person viewing right now online might be, Austin, I'm super fired up for $1,000 a month. Then keep your $1,000 a month. Or keep your $500 a month, or keep your $300 a month. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying you gotta go flip that. I'm just saying you gotta distinguish what your goals are. I know what my goals are. My goals are 1,000 ATMs. I'm not gonna get there. I mean, you guys do the math. Do 2,400 times 900 more ATMs.
Of course, yes.
I mean, that's in hardware, just hardware. That's not including if I load the machines or if I have other people load the machines. And so, 900 times $2,400 is gonna be a couple of bucks. And how am I gonna get there? With my current 100 machines. You know what I'm saying? With my current 100, if I sold my entire 100 portfolio, then for sure I could come up with another 1,000 ATMs times $2,400 easily. But it just depends on what your goal is. That person, you have to distinguish your goal. Maurice, you got to distinguish your goal and what it is that you actually want. Is flipping accounts even what you want? You know what I mean? I think that's a piece, because what most people do is, and I've found this out, honestly, through a lot of different things, because I've helped a lot of different people get into the ATM business as well as make $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 a month. The question you gotta ask yourself is, if you could wake up every single day and what you did was free, would you be content? Would you be happy with your current ATM business? And honestly, a lot of questions that people say, they're like, no, man, no. But once it's free, and you don't have to worry about the car payment, you don't have to worry about the phone bill, you don't have to worry about the rent or the mortgage, you don't gotta worry about your wife, you don't gotta worry about like anything, you don't have to worry about showing up to work. Usually they're pretty freaking happy.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And again, most people don't know that until they get there, and that's when they realize it. And so I think it's just a goal. What is your goal? My goal is 1,000 ATMs, so of course it makes sense to flip my accounts, rather than me just putting more money of my money back into the business, make the business make me more money.
Absolutely.
So that's just a question that a person just has to distinguish themselves.
Okay, well, that makes perfect sense, and I think my goals and ambitions just as big as yours. Maybe you're a year ahead of me, but I think you're a great mentor, and I think my goals are just to be as big as what your goals are going to be. So my goals are very ambitious. I'm setting large goals. Somebody else out there, you're right. Somebody could be content with 5 ATMs and they're making $2,000 a month.
Yeah.
Hey, by all means, keep it.
Cool.
You're happy with it. One last question. What is your goals for your students that are joining your ATM mastery? Like myself.
Yeah.
What are your goals? You and Austin. What's your goals for us?
Yeah. I think, and I answered it kind of in my last answer, actually unknowingly, but my goal for every single person is just to live free. That is a true goal of mine, because I truly know that once you live for free, the at peace that you will have within yourself, you can do what you want, when you want, however you want.
Oh yeah.
With whoever you want. That is an important piece when it comes to life. And I think giving that and sharing that and offering that to people is gonna be next level. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I think having 1,000 people making an extra 5 figures, being my short-term goal, in that goal is gonna help me helping other people get to their goals, me helping Maurice get to 100 ATMs. It's helping me get to 15,000 ATMs, at least doing the processing for it. And so that's just something that that's my goal. My goal is to have every single person that comes into my life inside the inner circle, inside our business, or that wants help. My goal is to get them a free life. A free life of whatever that life might live. May be some people might have $20,000 a month in expenses, or some people might have $200 a month in expenses, or $2,000 a month in expenses. My goal is just to have somebody do what they want, when they want, however they want, for free. And when I mean by free, I mean by passive income.
Absolutely.
Passive income, by ATMs. So that is my goal for every single person. If you're watching this and you're not inside ATM Mastery, you're watching this, you're not in our 1v1 workshop program, then that's still my goal for you. Every single person that gets into the ATM business, it is so powerful, in the heart to be able to do what you want, when you want, however you want. Especially to live for free. It's just an insane feeling, and you won't know the feeling until you actually get there.
Wow. Awesome. I can't wait till I get there.
Yeah.
My expenses are pretty high. I got 3 kids and a wife, so
yeah, exactly.
Girls, I got 3 girls,
okay.
so they're expensive. They're really expensive. But I want to appreciate and thank you for the help and time and answering our questions. And maybe if some people have questions and want to leave comments, have one of your other students ask you those questions, those tough ones, and the viewers can see it.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Well,
so
I
we appreciate
you
it.
showing up.
Oh, thank you.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate it, brother.
Yes, sir.
Thanks.
Thank you. Again, guys, I hope you guys got value from this video. Again, thanks to Maurice for showing up here. I literally just pulled him under the bus and was like, dude, I just want you to ask me some questions. Let's not rehearse. I mean, he's got his phone right here. He's writing notes because he's like, dude, I'm just going to drum up questions really quick that I have about it. How much do you make? We're going to be making a video on live negotiations, so definitely stay tuned. And for those of you that stayed tuned till the very end of this, I made a giveaway for a 30-minute consultation call. For those of you that are interested in that, I'm gonna give it to all of you guys. So all you gotta do is just shoot us an email. We'll schedule a time for you to hop on the phone. We'll do a 30-minute consultation call. If you're in the business, not in the business, wanting to get into business, have questions, anything, shoot us an email down below, and we will certainly get back to you. Again, thank you guys for showing up. Make sure, if you haven't already, make sure and go subscribe. Make sure and like this video. Help the Instagram algorithm. Help the YouTube algorithm, because we on YouTube, baby. And if you haven't already, make sure to go follow me on TikTok, because I am blowing it up, baby. We'll see you guys in the end.